So that is the second part of my session, and that is the techniques for an attractive interview. Most of the people, and you must be waiting for these techniques, and the techniques is the number one. Most of the students and most of the graduates.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Kindly if you can reshare your slides again.
Okay. All right. So, sure. Hang in there. Yeah. Hijab, can you confirm, is this okay now?
I am seeing the interview skill slide number 1.
No, it's techniques actually. Techniques for an attractive interview. Can you see that?
No, I'm sorry, I can't see it.
All right, and let me share it again actually. Let me share it again.
Okay, that is so nice of you.
Yeah, I think it should be okay now.
Yes, the title
Can you confirm
is
it?
resume.
Which slide are you looking at?
It's slide number 6 actually, resume.
No, it has to be techniques actually. I just changed it. Techniques for an attractive interview. Techniques. Can you see it now?
I think it's fine if you continue. We'll share the slides with all of the participants in the group, or through the email or on the Facebook. So you can continue. We are hearing you, and at the end of the session, I'll give a brief summary as well. So I think that will be fine, and it will save us a lot of time.
Okay, that's fine. All right. Okay. So yeah, techniques for an attractive interview. The number one technique is actually whichever company you are applying for, to research about that company. Trust me, this is a very, very productive element which you have to be doing before going and before appearing to the panel. You have to do some research about that company. Which company is that? What is the company profile? What kind of product are they dealing with? What is their team actually? If you visit to the company's website, there is a lot of people mentioned as a team over there: CEO, board of directors, operation manager, HR manager, HR analyst. All these people, the big gurus actually, that are mentioned over there. So try to do some research about that personality as well. And if it is possible for you, and if you do a lot of research about it, try to find out the current problems of that company as well. And when you find that problem regarding a company is facing, so when you appear to the panel, so just give the solution. If you don't have any solution, you just tell the panel that this is the problem and I want to work on this one. I don't have any much experience regarding the same problem, because you are working for 20, 30, 40 years in the market, and you are facing the problems, and I am just looking at this problem, and I want to learn, and I want to polish, and I want to groom by dealing with the problem. So would you like to give me this opportunity by dealing with the problem? So this is not actually just a problem in just researching. The panel will be really satisfied and will be really amazed that you did a lot of research. Even we don't hire you, even if you are not yet hired, but you did a lot of research about our company. So this guy, this lady, that must be really productive, and that will be a really good contribution to our team. So of course, so research about the company, that is a key element actually. Try to do a lot of research about the company as much as you can. Number second, dress comfortably. It's not like dress sharp. It's not like use sharp colors. No, dressed comfortably. Be comfortable, as much comfortable as you want to be. Most of the people, they just buy some fancy suits, a lot of suits, Mark and Spencer, Armani, Zara. You don't need to buy all those stuff. You can go to the Landa and you just buy some stuff from there as well. But is it comfortable for you? Are you comfy? Are you feel comfortable in that? If you are, then that is the part of your body actually. That dress is the part of your body. Of course, there are some resemblance. There has to be some perfection in that, because your shoes must be matching with your pant, and their pant must be the dress pant and the belt. And same goes with the ladies as well. So they don't need to use a lot of makeup and a lot of if they are wearing a hijab, so that hijab must be a proper classical color. Number third, preparation for the common questions. A common question, that is my next slide. Inshallah, I will share the common questions. Number four, strong body language. You know, there is a lot of saying that there is communication is about verbal and non-verbal. So this percent is verbal and this percent is not verbal. 35% is verbal and 65% is non-verbal. There is a lot of saying and a lot of myths about this communication skills and this and that. But the way I see it is 90% body language and only 10% is the verbal actually. It's my words. Is the tone of my voice actually. It's only 10%. 90% is your body language. Why everybody focus on the body language? Because we can manipulate and we can use some zigzag words in our vocabulary, but the body, then the body never lies. The body is pure. It's 100% pure. It can't structure. Allah Subhanahu structure it in such a way that the body it's never lie actually. Whatever your message is, the body will convey it actually. If you are saying something positive and your body is not giving support to that positive word, then positive word become negative. So you have to be keeping your body strong, and you have to make your body variable actually. And how you can do this? By practicing with your colleague or practicing with your friend or maybe other fellow student. You ask him or her that you can just sit and just do some mock introduce practice, and the body, there is a sitting pattern at that as well. If that was the live session, if physically I was present over there, I will definitely do some mock introduce with you guys as well. Right, and leading to the number 5, don't jump between the interviewer question. If interviewer is asking you some question and you think that you know the answer, and interviewer is not stop and he is still or she is still asking the question, and you just want to just give the answer, and you just cut him or her and just try to answer him or her, that is a very bad impression. Try to avoid these things. Number 6, keep gentle smile on your face. Don't make your face stretchable. Keep it gentle and smile. What will happen if you got rejected? What will happen? There is a lot of companies and there is a lot of areas which you can apply. This is not the end of the world. This is not the end actually. You can do whatever you want with your profile, with your personality. So always keep a gentle smile on your face. You don't need to be so much frustrated and so much nervous, and you just put a lot of stress on your mind. No, you don't need to do that. Just tell yourself what will happen actually. What will happen if I get rejected? Nothing. There, maybe I will get some experience from this rejection. Maybe failure is something which I want to learn a lot of things from, and this is maybe failure or maybe this rejection can tell me that which areas I am lacking, so I can work on that areas and I just apply it to the better company, or maybe in a very better position, and maybe in a very better way. So number 6, keep gentle smile on your face and tell yourself, the mind, you have to tell your mind, because the mind don't have any mind. The mind can do whatever you feed in that mind. So try to keep it gentle, smile on your face, and try to tell your mind again and again that this is not the end of the world. Number 7, understand the role job description properly. Whichever job you are applying for, try to understand each and every bullet point in their description, and then ask yourself a question and ask yourself an honest question. Am I eligible for this job? Am I really eligible for this job? Okay, if I am, then how can I just fulfill all these requirements? What if the interviewer asks me this question? If I can use the PowerPoint slides in such a way, shall I use it? How? Ask yourself some questions. Ask yourself proper questions. The more tough time you will give yourself in the practice time, the more easy you will feel in front of the panel. Number 8, show enthusiasm and active engagement. Tell the panel that I'm enthusiastic, I am committed, I am happy to be here. And active engagement, if there is a panel interview and one guy is asking you this question, and from the other side, the guy is asking you this question, and from the front, this asking them. Sometimes they do this, sometimes they give the participants some tough time. So you don't need to feel nervous over there. After answering one, just turn to the second question, or just don't even think about it. What will they think? Just answer their questions in a very active way and engage them actively. This is only just for the minute or maybe 1.5 minutes. So just keep your mind ready that I'm engaging them actively, not them engaging me. Number 9, keep your documents in neat classy files. Trust me, most of the students, they don't do this. Most of the people, even the professors, they don't do this. So try to find some neat classy files and just put your documents in your classy file. It will be really good if that file matching your dressing as well, that file color. If that file color is matching your dressing, so that will be really good actually. Number 10, don't forget to send thank you email, and most important, don't forget to follow up by an email or SMS. Right, if when you done with the interview, when you go home and then try to send a thank you email and just mention that thank you so much for having me. It was a very good session. It was a very good time I spent with you guys, and I learned a lot of things from that interview actually. So just mention a few things that if they text you, or just text them back and just mention all those things. If you didn't hear from them after a week or maybe 10 days, so try to keep some gentle follow-up in that regard as well. Right. So these are the common questions. The interview, the panel, or maybe the students, lots of the students, they are facing the same questions. So the number 1 is, tell me about yourself, or run me through your resume. This is the question maybe the interviewer will ask you. You know, this is actually these questions. I just put 11 questions here, but it's not limited to these 11 questions. There are a lot of questions. I just did some research and let's find out these 11 questions. These are not as simple as they looks. These are actually the tricky questions. When they ask you about, tell me about yourself, or run me through your resume, they have your resume in their hand. It mentions a lot of things about you. It mentions your name, your address, your qualification, your experience, your skills, your hobbies, your references. It says a lot of things about actually everything. And why they are asking you to tell me about yourself? Why they are asking? What is that question? That's basically a tricky question. They ask you the tricky question that how you define things, how you explain the situation. This is the situation. What is the situation? Situation is the tell me about yourself. This is the situation they give you. Now, they are not interested in your hobbies, to listen to your hobbies or to listen to your music or to listen to your qualification. They already know what's your qualification is. They just want to know what that personality looks like. In Urdu, there is a share. There is a इसको मैं उर्दू में कहूँगा क्योंकि जाहिर बात है शेर को उर्दू में जो मजा आता है वो इंग्लिश में नहीं आता. सॉरी फॉर दोज हु डोंट अंडरस्टैंड उर्दू. जस्ट गिव मी जस्ट बेयर मी अ मिनट. एक बंदा था, उसने बहुत बेहतरीन किस्म का लिबास पहना था और बहुत ही अट्रैक्टिव लुकिंग था. एक फलसफी के पास जब वो चला गया तो फलसफी के सामने बैठ गया, तो फलसफी ने कहा कि जैसे उसको एक नजर में देख लिया ना तो उसकी ड्रेसिंग वगैरह सब कुछ ओके थी. तो फलसफी ने कहा जनाब कुछ तो बोलिए ताकि आपकी जहानत का पता चल सके. So when they ask you, tell me about yourself, so they basically want to know how you explain this situation which is in front of you. They just want to know what you are from the inside. So again, same as goes with the two question. Number two is what are your strengths and weaknesses? They are not interested in your strengths and weaknesses. They just want to try to find out how, if you have any strength, how you will use those strengths in the company contribution. What kind of contribution you can bring from that strength. Actually, if you are a good listener, how you will use that listening strength for the company betterment. If you are good in the accounting, how you will use that technique, that strength for the company betterment. Again, if you have some weaknesses, they don't want to hear those weaknesses. Actually, they want how positive you are. Most of the people, they say some bad things about them. Say, yeah, I have those weaknesses. Yeah, I'm not good. I'm a late runner. I'm a baby bloomer. I just want to, I have some weaknesses like I can't, I'm not really punctual. These are the things that examiner don't want to hear actually. Examiner want to hear that how much positive you are about your weaknesses. What can you do? Yeah, everybody. Nobody is perfect, but how positive you are about those weaknesses. Number three, where do you see yourself in the 5 years? This is a tricky question. They are not interested in your future goals. They, every company want the candidate to be loyal. Nobody want to hire that candidate which is for the part-time or which is for the limited time, because they will train you, they will put investment on you, they will pay you, they will do a lot of workshops for you, and at the end, if you left that company for after 1 or 2 years, that is not the company benefit. So that's why they ask this tricky question: where do you see yourself in 5 years? They will ask you this question. So I always try to answer this question in a very positive way. I want to see this. I want to see myself in the upcoming 5 years in your pro bono department. I want to contribute. Because why? Because I choose this company. Number four, what do you know about our company? Again, this is related to the company research. So make sure you did a lot of research before appearing to the panel. Number five, why should we hire you? Yes, there's a lot of candidates applying for the job. What is that one thing which you have, which other candidates don't have? So you have to tell them that why should we hire you, and for that you need to know about your strengths, and you need to know about your weaknesses, and you need to know how to utilize and how to implement those things. So you have to give them something to take up. Actually, this must be anything. So that is how you present it. Confidence, with the confident. So when you present it with the confidence, that's why that confidence can stand you out of the crowd. Number six, how well do you handle change? Yeah, give an example. If you say that, yeah, I can handle well any change, so they will ask you, give an example. So try. If you don't know, if you don't face, then everybody face some change. Everybody, even the time is not, everything is not, time is inevitable. It's changing. Nobody can stop it. So every minute, every second is change. How you handle it, how you contribute to those change. So give an example. What is the example? What is the best thing? So always try to keep your answer practical. Do you work well under pressure? If your answer is yes, then give an example. You have to mention example here. It will boost your answer. Number eight, everyone has one exaggeration, a lie on their documents. What's yours? This is such a tricky question. If the employer asks you this question, keep in mind that my employer is not a simple employer. He is a guru. If he asks you or she asks you this question, everyone has one exaggeration on their documents. Come on, tell me, man. Yeah, everybody does it nowadays, man. It's common, man. It's common. What is the one exaggeration which you have on your document? They will ask you in such a way, in a very friendly way. But try to, because like I mentioned it many times, you don't need to put any lies in your document. So you have to keep it honest and simple. So you don't need to answer, actually, you don't need to tell a lie or put any exaggeration in there. Number 8. So number 9, tell me about a time you made a mistake in how you handle it. If you did any mistake, try to mention that mistake, and after that, you need, how you handle it, you have to describe it. And number 10, define your, everybody listen to this question actually, and I'm gonna tell you a story behind it. There is a very powerful story behind it. Define your biggest failure in life and what did you do about it. Google, when they hire someone, when they are, Sadhguru, he's a yoga master, and maybe most of you guys aware of his activities. He's basically Indian, a very old age guy, and he's doing these kind of sessions. And one day he said that I asked someone in the Google that what kind of question you ask in the interview, because Google is a very powerful company. It's like a top 10 powerful companies in the world. One of the top 10 powerful companies in the world. So what kind of question you ask? Because obviously, if someone apply to your company, they have a very good job. They have a lot of, obviously, they have degrees from the Harvard and Oxford, and they have contributed a lot to the companies. And of course, they have managed big budgets. So there is no question in my mind that Google can ask. So what kind of question you ask in that interview? The Google guy, he said that we ask only one question, and the question is, define your biggest failure in life and what did you do about it. You have 25 minutes to explain, to define that failure and what did you do about it. There's those big companies, they don't want to see your credentials. They just want how practical you are, how creative you are, how innovative you are. The current CEO of the Google, he's Indian. His name is I don't remember his name. I don't remember actually. So he was asked the same question, and he said that my biggest failure in life was that I was not a team player actually. I was working solo everywhere, and when I realized that you can't go far if you are working alone. You can go fast if you are working alone, but you can't go far actually. So you have to make a team. So the making team was really difficult for me, but I tried to working on it. And there was a time when the people they started asking me and calling me the team player. The team player, I don't know his name, I just forgot his name. The team player and that guy name. He was known with that actually. He just overcome his failure with his strength. And he just make his failure his strength. Last question, that is what contribution we expect from you. If you know yourself properly, if you know your strength, if you know your weaknesses, if you have a proper skill, so you can answer this question in a very reasonable and very good way. So guys, this is the end of my session. Thank you so much. Right now, if you guys have any question, please, you can ask. Over to you, Hijab.
Okay, that was so nice hearing from you all the details. It was very informative, and I believe all the participants find it so. So you can ask your question verbally. You can unmute yourself and ask your question, or you can write it down in your chat, in the chat box. Meanwhile, I have some questions from the that I've asked, and these are one of the most common question that was asked was, what is the one thing we should do when we enter the room for the interview? Like, what is the one main thing for a body language, for a good body language?
First of all, knock, and knock in a very, very polite way. You don't need to rush. You don't need to jump in the room. And when you enter the room, make sure there is an interview going on. So what is the interview mean? You have to enter and you have to give your view. That is the interview. So make sure you keep the eye contact properly, and if there is a chair, stand next to the chair, and don't just go and just sit straight away. Just wait for any panel member and any employer to tell you, please take a seat. This is the first thing I think you should do.
Okay. There was another question about confidence. Like, there were people asking, I'm not confident of my English. It is not very good. Like, I cannot present well when I talk in English. So what should I do if the interviewer asks me question in English?
Trust me, if I have any jadoo ki puri, I would definitely give it to you for the confidence. But there is no jadoo ki puri. Trust me, if you want to learn something, you have to go through that thing actually. And going through that thing is practice and practice. You have to practice. If the interviewer asks you this question and you don't know the answer in English, or you don't speak quite well English, so try to answer it at least at your best level. Maybe what will happen, the interviewer will understand that, okay, this guy is confident and he is trying actually. Trying less is a lot better than trying nothing at all.
The next question is interrelated to this one you have already mentioned, but like, if we don't know the answer to the question, how would we say that, sorry, I don't know? Like, what is the best way to say it?
Yes. Just admit it. Admit it that I don't know the answer. I'm not sure I can answer this question properly. Thank you. Simple. You don't need to just make some hawa mein teer chalana is tarah. No, you don't need to do that. Just accept it. Sorry, I don't know the answer. Accept it.
That is such a nice answer. Like, I don't know. So the next question was the tricky interview questions that they asked, like open-ended questions about the salary. What do you expect? Like, how do I say that I am expecting this much salary from you?
Again, this is such a tricky question that you have to understand the level at which level the interviewer asks you this. Is it from the beginning, at the beginning of your interview, or at the middle of your interview, or at the end of the interview? Now the other question is, how I will know that what is the beginning and what is the middle and what is the end of the interview? If they ask you in the first 5 minutes that what is your salary expectation, trust me, that they are not interested in hiring you. This is a tricky question, and they just want to just get rid of you. If you say that, okay, this is my expectation, 30,000, 40,000, no, this is too much. They will just make a story and they just want to get rid of you. That's straight away. So try not to answer this question actually in a very straight away. In a straight away, try to keep it vague. First, I need more details. Ask them. First, I need more details because I saw the job description and I just want to know more about this job. That's why I just want to keep myself more updated. Because the interviewer, you have to give them this relaxation that I'm not here just for the money or for the salary. I'm here to learn and groom myself. So this is not just like a straight away answer that, oh yeah, my salary expectation is 30,000 to 40,000. No. And again, if they ask you this question at the end of the interview, like 20 minutes, 30 minutes after, and you find it that they seem interested, and they ask you this question, then again, you answer them in a way that like my expectation is 40 to 80,000. So keep it in there actually. So give them a broader range. First, you need to ask them, what is your salary range? If they say that, okay, we have not mentioned it yet, or we just not want to explain it to you, then you give them a broader range. And that is 40 to 60,000 or 30 to 80,000, something like that. Because you don't know how much these companies are paying. So you have to keep it in that way. I hope that answered the question.
There is one last question in the comment box. Let me just read it out. Ushba Almas, I hope I'm saying it right. She asked how we control our nervousness. I know it is a common, you can say, problem. Even I break down midway during the interview. So kindly tell us how we be not nervous, basically.
Can I get a glass of water, please? I'm not feeling well. Simple. Simple is that. If you are nervous, you are not yourself. You don't know how to answer it actually. You don't have any idea how to what the interviewer asking the question and how I will answer. Simple. Can I get a glass of water? I'm not feeling well because I think I have low BP, something like that. Admit it. Simple as that. And the second thing is practice. More practice. Keep as much practice as you want to keep yourself engaged in these kind of interviews as much as you can. And the third thing is, which I mentioned in my session as well, this is not the end of the world. You have to tell yourself and you have to tell your mind, this is not the end of the world. There's a lot of companies waiting for you. Maybe this is not the end. Maybe this is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, have better plans for me. So yeah, keep going. Simple.
Thank you so much, sir. It was fun hearing all of these from you. Now, like Danish to like brief summarize it, and then we will take ending notes from sir you.
Okay, thank you so much, Shah and Sir Wajahat. It was an amazing session. It was very, very informative. I absolutely loved it and learned a lot. And again, I would like to thank the people who stuck with us, who stayed with us throughout the session, who bared us. I understand that online sessions are can get a little bit boring, but these people have stuck with us, so we really appreciate it. And I would like to thank again them. Also, that we also have a line of sessions coming up, which will help you in your career as well. Anyway, I made a few pointers of the entire session, and if somebody missed it, maybe they can just relate to it. So first thing was your resume, right? And the sir explicitly said one thing: do not lie about your experience. Do not lie about yourself. Do not lie about anything that you did not do. So the thing was, quantify your experience. Always proofread it. Always do the proofreading and do not lie. Then there were a few techniques like research about the company, research about its people, research about its culture, what did they do, and all that stuff. Then there was dress comfortably. Just look at the culture of the company. If they are not wearing suits, do not go wearing a suit and a tie. If they're wearing a jeans or a shirt, right? Then there were common questions, there were communication. Then we explicitly talked about the body language, how important it is to maintain your body language throughout your interview and throughout your conversation. So ultimately, I think it is about being human. Stay human in the interview. You're not a robot. Just be human. And lastly was different, like, just be proactive, know about yourself as well. If you cannot sell yourself, how can they expect you to work for them? I think these were the highlights of the entire session. And again, I would like to thank everyone for joining us. We have amazing web series coming up as well, which will help you grow either professionally or as a student or as any kind of thing you might want to learn. We have WhatsApp, we have Facebook, we have Gmail, we have all these platforms explicitly for you people.